Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to rank on Google Maps. This is the simplest, cheapest, easiest method I know. So watch this. All right, guys, I hope everybody's doing great. So today we are going to use the keyword dumpster rental in Tampa. But if you're an electrician or a plumber or you detail cars, just swap out the keyword, right? All right, so this is the most clicked area on Google. You want to be, especially if you're an emergency service, right? So if you have a cracked tooth or you need waste management, or you need it in an emergency, you're not looking around for the cheapest price. You just want to see who has a dumpster available, or who could come and fix your sink right away, right? This is excellent. This area right here, Google Maps, is excellent for anybody who has any type of emergency type service, and then any kind of local service is really important to be here. The problem is that there are 200 other businesses trying to rank in this area, and you've been watching videos for a long time and you're getting different. One guy says one thing, another guy says another thing, and nothing's working. So what we're going to do is we're just going to strip it down. We're just going to go right from the beginning. I'm going to show you step by step how to rank on Google Maps, and it's going to be super easy. All right, guys, so the first thing you want to do is you want to type in your number one keyword. So in this example, dumpster rental Tampa is the keyword that we're using. I'm sure you have one. So we're just going to use dumpster rental Tampa. You could be electrician Brooklyn, or you could be a plumber Tampa Bay, right? Whatever your keyword is. And you want to see where you're ranking on the maps. Now, for some people, you're going to notice that you're ranking here in Google Maps, right? But that's only at your location. If you look at the map on the right-hand side and you see that circle, that's where you're ranking. However, when we start to spread out, that's where you're not ranking, right? So what good is it to rank by a 1 mile by 1 mile radius, which is basically just your neighborhood? You really want to come out all the way on the top where it says Tampa Palms, all the way up there. You want to go all the way down to the Air Force Base on the bottom there, right? You want to take up as much space as possible, and the only way to do that is to optimize your website and some of the things that we're going to speak about here. So the first thing we need to do is we need to see where we're ranking. Just typing in your keyword and looking here on Google Maps is not enough, because that's where you're ranking at that location, right? So what we do is there's two programs. I think this one's $24 a month. And you know what? Local Dominant, I think it's like $7 or $8 a month for just one keyword, right? I'll also do it for you at no charge. Just give me one keyword. I'll put the link in the description below, all the way up on top, and you just click the link, give me your name, your keyword, and where you're trying to rank, and I'll run a grid for you if you don't have these programs. So just go to the description in the bottom, because this is really important. We can't start a campaign, we can't run a campaign if we don't know where you're ranking, right? We know that you're ranking when you're sitting in the office, but if you drive 10 or 15 miles east or west, are you still ranking? And these grid programs will show you where you're ranking, right? There was a grid that I liked. I think he changed it here on basically what the grids look like are this, right? The grids look like this, and the green part is where you're ranking and the red part is where you're not ranking. Let me see if he has a better picture. I haven't been to, this is my friend Eldar's site. I really like Local Dominator. Okay, so you'll see this is everywhere it's ranking. So if you're checking your Google business profile from your office, which is right around here, as you start to drive out, you'll notice that you're not ranking. These stars become red, right? So we want to create a campaign where it looks perfect, just like this, where you're ranking in, 10 miles by 10 miles or 20 miles by 20 miles, right? All right, so the first thing we need to do is you need an SEO grid program. If you don't already have Local Dominator or Local Falcon, I have the links in the description below. I also have a link. I'll do it for you at no charge. Just fill out the form and I'll send it back to you. Give me 24 hours. Hey guys, I know this stuff could get confusing. If you don't have enough time, you just want to chat with me, please come over to mindsaw.com, click the Talk With Me button, and let's set up a quick 5 or 10 minute consultation and see if we're a good fit for one another. All right? Also, please like and subscribe. It helps get the message out to more people just like you. Thank you. Hey guys, so very, very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to I found a business here, Dumpster Dudes, that was outside the 3-pack. They, Google Maps, they're actually paying for ranking. They're doing pay-per-click. So let's click their website and let's show them how we could get them ranked for dumpster rental service. First of all, their homepage should say, instead of dumpster, it should say need dumpster rental service, right? Because that's the Google business profile. How you find your Google business profile is just go to Google, type in your brand. You know how to get to business.google.com. And then you just come over here where it says business category. And you need to make sure that it has your proper category. Okay, so I would put Tampa, Florida's #1 rated dumpster rental service, right? So it needs to be in 4 places. The GMB category, which is dumpster rental service, needs to be in 4 places. It needs to be right here in your H1. That's the first place. The second place it needs to be is in your title tag. So you notice their title tag says dumpster rental Tampa, Florida. Well, Google's pulling keywords from here, and you could fit a lot more keywords here, and they're only using dumpster rental in Tampa, Florida. It should say Tampa, Florida's top rated dumpster rental service. You could something very similar to the H1 tag. So you have it once here, you have it once here. He has the word dumpster in his domain name, so that would be 3. Now your 4th place you would have it is you want it right here. Your first paragraph, your first word, Tampa Bay's #1 rated dumpster rental service, and put that in bold. Okay, we're going to do, we just got to get our main service, right? We got to get in the game. We got to get our main service right now. So we want to get it in the title tag. We want to get it in the URL, right? It's already here, dumpster. Now, if it wasn't here, if this just said abcdudes.com, I would do /Tampa Bay or Tampa, Florida dumpster rental service. That would be my page. And that's the page that I would submit in my Google business profile. I wouldn't use my homepage because the homepage doesn't have anything in the URL with what I do or where I do it, right? If it was ABC Dudes, let me see if I could get it from here. Yeah. So right here where it says website, it would be, if it said ABC Dudes, for example, right? These are for people that don't have the keyword in their name, like me, Mindsaw, right? If I wanted to rank in Staten Island for website design, I wouldn't put the homepage there, where I would put mindsaw.com/Staten Island website design, because it doesn't have the keyword in the name. But this guy does have the keyword in the name, so I would just leave it. I would just leave Dumpster Dudes. I would submit that as the homepage, but you have to put your you have to put the city that you're in. Don't try to take over the whole Florida, and I'm sure if I needle down a little bit more, I'm sure he's not in the center of Tampa. He may be, Pinellas Park or St. Petersburg or Clearwater, right? You first have to establish the strike zone. You have to first rank in the area where you registered your Google business profile before you could take over the full Tampa Bay or before you could take over the full New York City. First take over the neighborhood that you registered your Google business profile. Next thing up on top here is I'd like to see the phone number. If it's 24 hours, I'd like to see the phone number a lot bigger. I'd like to see the credit cards underneath that he accepts, right? And if it's a 24/7 service, I'd like to know that also. I don't know how important this top stuff is, so I probably would delete it. I really love the logo. I think the logo is great. And this isn't, I'm only using this website, so you could make changes to yours, right? So you see where it says our services? That's his H2 tag, and that needs to be changed also. So here is what I would do. So I created a chat GPT, right? I created a GPT called neighborhood and keyword GPT for local SEO. Basically what I did was I took all the algorithm updates that Google has done over the past 10 years. Let me show you. And I baked them into the Google business, into this GPT. Notice that? That's penguin, panda, hummingbird, BERT I have in there. I have everything that you need. All the Google algorithm changes, helpful content, eat, right? These are all the Google algorithm updates. So what I did was I created a GPT, which I'm going to give you for free. I'll put it in the link in the description below. And what I need you to do is I need you to do one paragraph at a time. So what's this? Maybe about 50 words. So here's what we're going to do. I need a H2 tag. I'm sorry. H2 tag and about 200 words. Tampa Bay dumpster rental service. And what this is going to do is it's going to bypass all of Google's algorithm changes. I know I should probably charge for it, but you know what? I'm going to give it to you for free. I do have a donation link, however, if you'd like to donate, right? But you don't have to. But if you'd like to, that would be great. That helps me out, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to go through all those documents. I also put a lot of other documents like little tips and tricks on how to rank. So here's your H2 tag, which is Tampa Bay dumpster rental service, right? So we're going to change that. Isn't that better than our services, right? We're going to put Tampa Bay dumpster rental services. And now here you go. When you need a reliable dumpster rental service in Tampa Bay, right? Everything is right there. Everything you need is right there. So you take this text and you swap it out with this text right here. How's that? Right? And I'm giving that to you for free. The link is going to be in the description below. It's neighborhood. Now look, don't try to write with this link, with this chat GPT. I've found that, well, if you're doing a blog page and you need 1,500 words, I mean, it really writes great articles. It also says, like, for example, Miss Jones said that, that the job that dumpster dudes did was great. They were reliable, on time. And I mean, it adds a quote in there also, which is what Google wants to see for helpful content. So, that's really good. That's, it also talks about the neighborhood and what makes the neighborhood different from another neighborhood when doing dumpster rental services or roofs or electrical or any service. They'll find something that in that neighborhood why it's a little bit different. And it'll also name some streets. See, like right here, it says Ybor City right here. It's like different Tampa Bay's diverse neighborhoods like Ybor City and suburbs like Wesley Chapel, right? So it needs to talk about the area as well. So this does everything, man. One day I'll charge for it, but right now, you know, I'll give that to you for free. Okay, so you need to go one by one. So here's your H2 tag. You rewrite that, and then I would rewrite my dumpster rental. Residential dumpster rentals, and this is maybe about, once again, about 50 words. Commercial dumpster rentals, about 50 words, and just one by one, just knock them out. See that? Just knock them out. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do. Is most people, when they're trying to rank, they try to rank the entire website, and it becomes overwhelming, right? Start with one thing at a time, which is your number one service. If it's dumpster rental, make sure you have the correct Google Business title category here, which is, it's not dumpster, it's dumpster rental service. Okay, so now we got that. That's the first thing. We're using the Chat GPT, the little thing that I created, right? You'd have that for free. I do have a donation link if you'd like to donate, but you could use it for free. You don't need that, right? Because it has everything baked in, guys. Everything is here. I also put in a lot of little tips and tricks in here as well. Like I gave it a lot of instruction, and there's a lot of things here from search engine land and different information that I've gotten throughout the years here. So there's a lot of good stuff here. It's, you know, it's not just looking through the internet. It's actually has real information for only about local SEO, right? Okay. Next thing we need to do, we need to come over to Fiverr. And I like this gig. We've been using this fella lately. You can use whoever you want, but you need citations. You need local citations. So for $20, I think this guy does 100 citations. It's AMIRUL. I've been using him lately. So he's a reliable seller, and I get all my stuff back really, really quick. And all the pages are indexed, and it's fairly inexpensive. So I would use this fella for my citations. Now, the next thing is you want to come over to Claude, and let me show you something. Okay, you go over to Claude. I think Claude is really the best when it comes to sort of writing, right? And you want to write a press release about your business. Now, remember something: the press release has to be written in the third person, right? It can't be as if I'm writing it. It has to be as if a newspaper writer, a columnist, is writing about your business. So you may want to say, act as a newspaper writer, write a press release about dumpster dudes, and add in all the information. Make it 1,000 words. Make sure that you add in this your name, address, and phone number, and your website, your NAP. Name, address, phone number, and your website, right? In the article needs to be, you need to have that in the article. You also want to put the owner's name, add that in the article, and add the owner's name, how long you've been in business. That's really important. Okay, once you have your press release written and you're happy with that, what I would do is have another AI check it. So I would have Claude write it, and then I'd send that over to Grok, for example, or any other one that you want, Gemini, and I would say, hey, this is a press release I'm sending out. Can you please check it to make sure that it passes everything we need for a press release, right? Okay, good. Now we have our press release, we have our citations. Now the next thing that I would do is, you see, this fella has 14, I saw before, he has 14 reviews. I don't care how many tips and tricks I show you in GPTs and different things. If you have 14 reviews and you're going against people that have 363, 116, well, then you're going to be paying for ads. You're going to be doing pay-per-click for a really long time. So what I suggest is that you get this review link, and you have people review your business, right? You need to have, they move this. Well, you know where to get your review link, right? It's in your back of your Google business profile. But you need to have your review. Well, you can get it right here. If you just click right here where it says reviews, and then, well, I can't review my own business, but there'll be a button right here, right? And you just send that link to people. Look on your phone, right? Look on your phone, see who's in this area, and get 3 to 5 reviews per week for the rest of the year. By the end of the year, it's September now, by the end of the year, you should have close to 80 to 100 reviews. I'm not sure how the math works out, but you got to catch up, because next year, these people are going to have 700 and 800 reviews, and you'll never catch them. You'll be paying forever. Or unless Google changes the algorithm. Right now, reviews are the most important thing you need to do. So here's what we're going to do. Just in short, we'll just wrap this up, is that we're going to go to the website. We're going to make the changes that we spoke about. Remember these changes that we spoke about, right? We're going to make all those changes up here in the title, the H1. Don't forget the first sentence right here. You're going to use my GPT link. You're just going to click the link, and you're going to write new content on your website. That's real important. If you want, you could write supporting articles. So, for example, you could write blog articles. Here, let me show you something. So, see, whenever I do a recap, I always think of new things. So, Tampa dumpster rental. Right? So what we want to do here, we have this, so let me see, I'm sorry. Okay, see where it says people also ask? You ever see those questions right here? People also ask, how much does it cost to rent? So I would do blog articles on these people also ask. So create blog articles on how much does it cost to rent a dumpster in Tampa, right? And do several blog articles on your website. Now, if you click one of them, you'll notice that you get more, that Google adds more. What's the size of the most rented dumpster? And I would write I'd write 5 supporting articles. Link that to your homepage. Link those blog articles only to your homepage. No other place. Just log them to your homepage. So it's real important that you get the people also ask. Create blog articles out of it and link that to your homepage, right? So that'll juice up this homepage to show that you're the expert in dumpster rental service in Tampa. Then, you rewrite the content using this neighborhood and keyword. Then you'll come over to Fiverr, and you need to get citations. Citations are directory listings like Yelp, like Thumbtack, right? Merchant Circle, that type of stuff, right? YP Yellow, right? So get that. Then the next thing you do is you're gonna write an article in Claude, a press release. And then you're going to send it over to Grok or Gemini and say, hey, check this for press release. Make sure you add your name, address, and phone number, the owner's name, how long you've been in business, okay, inside the press release. Then come over to Fiverr and find somebody who sells press releases. I don't have anybody necessarily in Fiverr that I use. Let me look real quick if I have somebody. I don't think I use anybody for press releases. No. Just put in press releases right here. Find somebody with 5 stars. And you should spend less than $75, $80 to get a really good press release written out. And link that. The press release should be written about dumpster rental service, Tampa Bay dumpster rental service. So your city and your homepage content. Link it back to your homepage. So you'll get about maybe about 100 links there. You'll get another 100 links from your citations. You're going to get reviews, right? You're going to get reviews. Hey, I'm going to give you something else. You have 5 employees that work for you, right? And they're coming from all different directions. Like 1 or 2 people per week should use their Google directions, even though they've been driving to that location for the past, 10 years. Use their Google driving directions. Your wife's coming to bring you lunch. Use Google driving directions showing that they're driving to your location from their location, right? That's real good. And then what you could also do is you could come here. You could do like 2 or 3 times a week, not too often, but type in dumpster rental service, find your listing, whatever it is, okay, smileys, right? And click the listing. And then, I wonder why this guy isn't ranking, right? And then make like you filled out a form or you did something, complete the action, you copied it, you click the website, the phone number right here, and then you completed the action and then X out. That shows Google that somebody did a search, they found what they were looking for, and they don't need Google anymore. That's what Google is in business for. It's not about the website owner. It's not about the local SEO company who's working with you. It's about the searcher. Google is all about the person doing the search. Can they find the information fast and X out? Or do they have to keep going back and looking for other people? So a great signal is to find what you're looking for, click a phone number, let the phone ring, click X out, or fill out a form and then click X out, right? Those things are really important. All right, guys. So I included my GPT link in the description below. Scroll down below in the description. You'll see my GPT link. I really hope these videos help you. I do these videos because I'm actually speaking to my younger self. When I first started this, it was very difficult to understand what people were talking about. They're using language that I didn't understand. I didn't know what citations were, or backlinks, or anything like that. And so I'm always speaking to my younger self, and so I'm always repeating something to make sure that you understand that, right? The other thing is that, we're doing this for our family. Nobody's doing this for extra beer money. Everybody's doing this to put their kids through school, to pay off their house. We're all hardworking people. And, I hope that I'm contributing to you, and I hope that I'm helping you or inspiring you to do the very best that you can. So please be good to your family. Kiss your wife, kiss your kids, always help out around the house, and everything will go smooth, I promise you. So guys, we will catch you tomorrow, and thank you very much for stepping in today and watching my video. Thank you.